Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back today with more Final Fantasy XIV. We're about to go on a little, boys trip with Urianger, Estinian, and Thancred. You know, I think this is probably going to be a good trip for Thancred, you know? He had to say goodbye to his daughter last time we were really spending any time with him. So, might be a good trip. You know, get his mind off things, get him back into, you know, the whole empty nester kind of life. Can you imagine losing two daughters with the same name? Kind of a bad father when you think about it. I mean, one's dead and the other one, he just straight up had to leave in an entirely different world. So, you know, I don't think he has a very good track record. Anyways, how's everyone doing out there? Me? I've had kind of a weird day. Hilarious day, but weird. So, for anyone who hasn't seen the Twitter post or been in the Discord, I accidentally got my GPU that I took to get diagnosed repaired because these people decided they were gonna, you know, just go ahead and start repairing it without authorizing it. It was a free diagnostic and repairs would have been charged, right? But they decided authorization for that charge, not necessary, not required. So they just started working on it. I gave them the GPU about 18 days ago. So clearly a little bit more than a diagnostic, right? And they kept on working on it. And I don't know why. They didn't tell me they would. They never called me back when they finished the diagnostic either. So I had to get after them about it, right? So I go in today. I'm gonna go to the, store. I get there. They're closed. Out for lunch for 10 minutes. The sign says, be back in 10. Well, it takes them about 30, right? In that time, I see two people drive up, one of whom decides to stand next to the door. I am already there. I am waiting. And the one who's standing next to the door, this woman takes about 3 minutes of, pulling on the door, trying to shake it, looking in the building, until she realizes, point blank, in her face, there's a sign that says we'll be back in 10 minutes. Now, she hasn't been there for as long as I have, so when the guy starts unlocking, I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm not letting her get ahead of me. I've been here longer. I've been in line, right? I was just waiting in my car because, it's a hot day. I'm not going to wait outside and bake. So I grab the door. I go in first. The guy is like, oh, hey, I'll help her first. She was here. I was like, no, you're not. I was here for 30 minutes. She just got here 5 minutes ago. You're going to help me. Anyways, she looks like she's turning in something to have you work on it. I'm just picking something up. Guy looks at me as just like, okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I'm just like, yeah, it's fine, man. I'm just here to get my stuff. So I tell him it's, hey, I'm here to pick up the GPU. You said it was like, what, 75? I just brought it in for a diagnostic. But whatever. And, I'm not doing anything to be intimidating or scary or whatever. I'm just being matter of fact. I'm just like, I don't know why you guys started repairs on this. Now the guy, he's looking at me. He's no longer able to keep eye contact. He keeps looking away. He's, he's starting to stutter, starting to sweat a little bit. And I'm just like, I'm trying to be calm. My voice is soft. I'm not speaking in this. I actually spoke with a much softer voice, tried to take the bass out of my voice to seem less intimidating. And, Buddy is still somehow scared of me. I don't know why. I don't know how. I haven't done anything to be scary or intimidating. Just my face being my normal face. And, I ask him, since he's, starting to, grab my GPU and, tell me about what all was going on. I was like, by the way, somebody on the phone mentioned that, it was overheating. Any, reason why it's running hot or anything? Does it need, new thermal pads on the dies or something? What's going on there? Dude clearly is not the one who's been working on it. because he has to call his boss, so it's obvious that his boss has been working on it, right? And while he's doing that, I'm just like, by the way, before I pay for it or anything, do you have any proof that it actually works? Like, do you have a test bench you can run it into and just show me how the performance is? Because I would like to see what it's like. Because, you know, I didn't turn it in for a repair, so why should I necessarily have to pay for it? Like, I'll pay for it because they did the work, because that's fair. But they should have ran it by me first, you know? It's actually illegal in California to start repairs on something that you just bring in for a free diagnostic. You need to actually authorize it with the client. They skipped that part. So, you know, whatever, I was willing to let that just, you know, water under the bridge. Because I didn't care, because I wanted to get it repaired anyways. So I was like, you know what, if they did work on it, fine, I'll pay for it, whatever. Would have been nice for them to let me know first. And dude's starting to stutter more, he's getting, you know, kind of like looking side to side, he can't keep eye contact for worth a damn. And it's just getting progressively more obvious that the guy's kind of scared of me for no reason. And I'm just like, I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying to make sure he feels comfortable. I don't know why I'm the one who having to do that. You know, he's the customer service guy. I should be the one being made to feel comfortable. But whatever, I digress. This guy starts calling his boss. He's like, yeah, do you have any pictures of it working? Do you have anything? Like, he wants to make sure that it's working before he goes. And then he just hangs up. Doesn't really get any answers, doesn't get any proof that it's working for me. And he just tells me, like, it should be working. Here, it's free. All of it, even the repairs. I'm like, okay, cool. You sure you don't want me to pay for it? Like, y'all worked on it anyways. Like, I get that, you know, there was no authorization or anything, but you still did work on it. I want to be fair to you. Guy pushes the box in my hand, just says, just take it, you can go, if anything's wrong, come back. I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. So, I have my card out, by the way, at this point in time. I'm very obviously ready to pay. And I'm just like, oh, okay, sure, I'll put the box on the counter, put the card back in my wallet in the pocket, pick up the box, take the work order copy that I had, and I head on home, right? Accidentally saved $75 today simply because my face looks scary. How the fuck? Why the fuck? Normally, I don't like the fact that people just generally find me intimidating. I don't mean to be intimidating. I don't want to be intimidating. But I guess for this time, it was the only time in my life it actually worked in my favor. But what the fuck? Like, dude, I did nothing to you. I didn't want to do anything to anybody. I wanted to pay. That's all I wanted. I wanted to pay for my damn GPU and leave. But, you know, I guess I could get it for free. Sure, fuck it. Why not? It's kind of funny, but like, it's been a thing that's been happening to me every fucking day, where it's like, I do something and like, people just look at me like I'm scary. Over the weekend too, because I didn't get to share this with the stream, right? I got attacked by a dog, and then I got attacked by a second one. And here's how it went down. I was just taking a walk, you know, it was a nice Sunday. I figured, oh yeah, the sun's out. Got nothing to do right now. I think I'll take a walk. You know, get a little exercise, stretch my legs a bit, do something good for me. So take about a 5-mile walk. And during that walk, some lady opens her gate and lets her dog out. And she's taking 2 dogs out, right? They're both giant-ass German Shepherds. You know, that could be a pretty fucking dangerous dog. And the one off the leash sees me and starts barking and then starts running at me. And I'm just looking at it and I'm like, okay, how do I handle this? What do I do? Dog's still barking, right? I see a little bounce, a little pep in that step. I'm just like, okay, dog's friendly. It's fine. I don't need to do anything about it. Full on fucking jumps, tackles me, demanding pets. It's like, okay, we've been attacked by a dog. It was a friendly attack. I'm okay with this. So I'm petting the dog. I'm holding him by the collar. I'm just like, I'm not letting you go into the street, buddy. I'll just, you know, I'll hold you. I'll make sure you're fine until your owner gets here. Woman walks over. Second dog jumps and fucking paws me straight in the chest, nearly knocking me over. And I'm just like, hey, how you doing? She says nothing to me. She looks at me in the face, scowling. Doesn't say sorry for her dogs jumping all over me. Doesn't say thank you for me holding on to her dogs. Instead, she just gives me the just dirtiest fucking stink eye possible, grabs her dog and like rips it away from me. I'm like, okay, don't worry. I was just making sure it wasn't going into traffic. And she just walks off in like, you know, that kind of huff fucking Karen-y walk. Yeah, fucking that. That's not what you do when somebody makes sure your dog is good. You know, when somebody makes sure that your dog isn't playing in traffic and getting hit by a fucking car. Because, like, you know, purebred German Shepherd, not a dog that's necessarily cheap. And more importantly, you don't want your dog fucking running into traffic. You should be saying thank you to someone who saves your dog. You know? And more importantly, you should be saying sorry to someone who your dog just fucking bum rushes. I was just like, okay, lady, what the fuck? Why? So I continue on with my day. I keep walking. I'm having a good time. I'm listening to music. I'm just chilling out. I see two people walking by. They're on the same side of the street. When they get within 10 feet of me, they decide, you know what? We want to walk the same direction, but on the other side of the street. What the fuck? Am I some kind of horrible fucking monster? Like, I know I'm not, you know, disfigured. I know I'm not the fucking, you know, Frankenstein monster. But for some reason, some ungodly reason, people seem to be afraid of me. I don't know why. It seems to just be a passive ability I was born with. And frankly, I don't like it. I don't want it. It's not a passive that I want. But it's just one that I have, I guess. I don't know what to do about that. Anyways, let's talk to Uriange about this boys' trip. Let's see if he has the itinerary. Okay. Though I have read much on the subject of Radz-at-Han, this shall be my first visit. 'Twill be interesting to see how the Hanish mean to contend with the tower, different as their magical and technological disciplines are. Okay. Fair enough, he doesn't have the itinerary. So it's back to Thavnir. Had I known earlier, I would have considered more suitable attire. I take it Estinian's been there! Okay, and Thavnir bound, let's go. Do we have any voice lines? We do not. I have Carl's instructions in hand. If you are ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Thavnir before, I can travel by Aetheryte. But what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kryle was of the same mind, and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest? I'm afraid so, my friend. Interesting. What's going on, Uriange? Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbrita. Moonbrita was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, But to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice, and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. You know, Estinian's kinda oddly intuitive and very much more so empathetic than one would kinda give the whole badass dragon slayer trope credit. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing now. Let's go say hi to Kite. Yeah, I don't recall them ever telling us that Urianger was the one to write the letter. I might be mistaken. I'll have to go back and see about that. But yeah. It is interesting to see the way how he interacts with people. Also, do we have... Okay, we have old Charlotte. That's good. Wanted to make sure before we leave. It would really suck to be like, okay, and we're gone. And completely have no easy route back. Okay. Well, let's talk to Kite. Well now, this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kryl of the Students of Baldessian. We seek passage to Thavnir, and understand you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects! Welcome, welcome! I don't like the sound of that. Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Then allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out, while you're a mess of aether hurtling along the lifestream. You know, I've actually never seen that word spelled out. I thought it was with a D, not a T. Anywho. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But, what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such a travel possible, that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, and the other in Yedelmad, a port town in Thavnir. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with the Radz-at-Han, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous. For you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel aether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherites were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within shall whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true. And far be it for me to worry about such things. But do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the life stream. In the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mistress Kryl truly knows how to pick 'em. That does not make me feel reassured. If I might change the subject. Are Master Wolfson and Mistress Loida not present today? Oh, didn't you hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project homed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. You know, this sounds a little too good to be true. Anything you're hiding from us? In case you were wondering, the Aetherite still functions like a normal one. It's just been upgraded to allow unattuned travel. I'll see you there shortly. I don't buy it. Something seems a little fishy here. You know what, we'll go to the more cynical one first. Estinian, what's up? I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Good luck. Given my expertise with teleportation, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have reservations, but I will trust in Kryl. Though words unsaid yet weigh heavy on my heart, I shall devote mine all to our task in Thavnir. Alrighty then. Time to find out what's gonna happen. Also, there's apparently a thing that's going on. Maintenance. What maintenance is going on?
Right. We're all set.
Well, good to know there's voice acting. Let's just pump that up a little bit.
Just the four of you, was it?
Yep, just us four.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
Damn.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Well then. Not the least bit concerning, is it?
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Oh hey, they have a remote control. I don't feel so good, Mr. Estinian.
One last thing.
What one last
You might
thing?
experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I'm there with Thancred. That is the last thing you want to hear when being sent off. It's like, oh, by the way, you might get violently ill. I'm sorry, what? Why? Perhaps you could have told us that earlier. Also, goddamn, we have 0 dropped frames. I have tuned this stream perfectly now. I'm very happy with this. Okay, oh, disappeared. Okay, that is a long-ass trip. Good to know.
Thavnir, home to city-state Radz-at-Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between two peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay for a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh, and there's the sickness.
What chance?
Oh, and all 3 of us are down.
Against such an insidious foe.
I love how they time the voiceover here. It's just so good. Welcome to Thavnir! Everybody's hungover! It's like getting into Vegas. The 3 different types of hangover. Barely getting along, dead, and just huddled in a corner.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
God damn it, Justinian.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
Smart man.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions.
Oh? What was the note?
Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Well, time to run! That sobered me up fast. Yup. That's like when you're hungover and you remember like, oh fuck, I have a job interview today. It just scares you back into feeling well. You manage to will yourself to your feet. But given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? One can only hope. Okay, let's go. There's Estinian. Oh, fuck. Nope. Gotta push through. Gotta do it. The man's an idiot. We have to go faster. And fucking hell, there goes my guts. Okay, Estinian, shut up, buddy. You aren't talking to this guy. I'm the one talking. You there, I need 3 drinks. Something that will help with aether sickness. By the Mansuya, traveler. I mean greetings! Greetings and welcome! You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special is Amra Lassie. Made with only the finest, freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnir, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. You know, this kind of sales pitch reminds me of my favorite term in German. This man seems to be a Schlitzohren, which Means, you know, a slit ear. Somebody that was part of a guild that did something dishonorable. And all guild, like, tradesmen would have gold earrings, right? And they would rip out the earring from one's ear and cause that hole to tear, causing them to be known as a Schlitzohren. And this right here seems like someone who is worthy of that title. Let's see. Are we right? The price is high road robbery. And you want to say as much to a Stinian, but you realize any word of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before a Stinian and, using gestures, deny that the deal is fair. Fuck that. I would just puke on the vendor. Just be like, you know what? No. You're trying to, you know, get our money out of us? You are trying to pull one over? Fuck you, sir! And just vomit on the guy. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie. This merchant is swindling me. Ah! Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles of lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. I don't know if he's threatening the merchant. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. I still have a bad feeling about this. But you know what? I think we're gonna just give the lassie to our friends here. Give one to Urianger, give one to Thancred, see how Thancred's doing. A teensy-weensy touch, she says. Not even my hardest night's drinking comes close to this. God damn. Anyways, let's see. What is the special Amra Lassie? Made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, this Amra-flavored lassie is boasted to settle unruly stomachs. Okay. There you go. Have one, Urianger. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to the Inestinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. You were in time. Excellent. You've spared us Tataru's wrath. I love how everyone's afraid of Tataru. Like, she may be small, but she'll break your fucking kneecaps. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't, you should have yours too. Okay, time to just drink with the boys. Right. I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Aye, I've bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. Ben said it's Thavenarian weave. Tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. It's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. Let's see, it's not uncommon for merchants to sell their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? Are all Honish merchants so unscrupulous, or I expected the Azure Dragoon to put up more of a fight? let's, let's go with the racist answer. Let's ask if all Hanish are like this. One mustn't be too quick to paint a diverse people with a single brush. If such doth prove to be commonplace, I presume it is symptomatic of societal instability. Claiming Thavner as its dominion, the nation of Radz-at-Han has long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Akasodara, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over. A development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint between east and west. I almost said west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Radz-at-Han. Yet, such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened. Or mayhap, that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Yeah, makes sense to me. Prudent and practical. Aye. We've naught to lose by learning more. So, ere we seek out Kryle's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yttermad? Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, Urianger, what's up? Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? This is how I used to wear it. A functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the Kyurgens removed me from my armor and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helm again. Okay, his stomach behaving once more. Thancred is ready to get to work. Right. Let us split up and make inquiries in town, Wiley. The pier is yours. Once we have... Ow! How's it going, Hex? How you doing? Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetheryte. Off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Thank you for the ducks. Much appreciated. Ow! Thank you for the ducks. Don't do it. Don't bonk. Ow. Why? Why the bonks? What did I do to deserve this? Yeah, we're just working through Yttermad right now. Still not sure if that's how you pronounce this place, but whatever. Haven't I already suffered enough after getting that fucking whatever the fuck kind of so-called insult, apparently delusional roast or whatever the fuck it was from, Maidenless Slayer? Okay, let me put another thing on top of it then. I also, apparently, I've been contacted by someone who thought that I was a different account that had sent them a link that they then clicked on and lost money, right? This person then messages me and fucking is like, Wiley, I need to talk to you about something important that concerns me. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I don't even know you. You just started following me today. Apparently, this person reported my account. No, they haven't sent me anything to get any information from me or anything. This was legitimately a person who was, like, asking if I had sent them a link. I thought it was a scam at first, so it's just like, okay, I'm gonna see where this goes. Yeah, no, they were actually a legit person. There was actually a legitimate report put on my account for fraudulent charges that I had no fucking part in. So I outright told this person, just like, you know what? If that's the case, fucking contact Twitter, tell them that you're an idiot, tell them that this is on you, and I'm gonna do nothing else about it. That's what I thought, because I've heard about that scam before. This followed none of the stuff that a scam would do. They didn't have me click on links. They didn't send me anything embedded. There was nothing that they could have been scamming me out of or scamming me with. So, I legitimately was the whole time just like, okay, when's the fucking hook coming? When's the scam part of this happening? Yeah, no. Didn't at any point get the thing that would have made the scam the scam. So unless they're trying to bide their time and, you know, send another thing at some point later, right? They might have just been an idiot. 'Cause yeah, just outright. There's nothing in there that in any way, shape, or form is a link or anything. So honestly, kind of fucking dumbfounded. And like, if I look at it, right, like it's an account that actually has like legitimate followers and fucking actual human posts. So there was nothing that made it a scam, which is the weird part about it. I think this is just someone who may have just been stupid. They fell for a known scam, and then they tried to assert that it was me who was running the scam. And they reported my account thinking I was a scammer. And I had to explain to them, no, I don't know who the fuck you are. I have never talked to you before. Why the fuck are you messaging me? It was just like, okay, this is weird. But yeah. So, I am going to have to find, for damn sure, the actual support team number for Twitter. Because I'm gonna have to report what's been going on. Pretty much. That was pretty much the conversation. Just, I'm sorry, what? You did what? Ah! Hex, I have a job for you. Kill that thing. The bot must die. But yeah, that was a thing that happened. God damn. Did Wisebot catch it? Because if so, god damn, that bot, it works. That thing puts in heavy fucking work. I like it. Anyways, let's look inside this crate. The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if having been left too long. Right? It stole your job. AI is stealing moderators' jobs. How do you feel about that? Well now, if it isn't a traveler, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. I think there was just an earthquake. Anyways, people have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on the Narunar. Or Narunair? Probably Narunair. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion. But no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives, thanks to the Radiant Host. But business is as good as dead. What will become of us, only the gods know. Well, that's rather unfortunate. And let's talk to you. I'm not even going to attempt to say your name. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Calls All. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Calls All a visit? He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him in Saltwind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. So that one. Or maybe that one. Either way, we're gonna avoid going there because we have to click on this thing. Okay, just gonna look around, gonna stare a little bit. You know, move my head left to right repeatedly. Oh, there it is. There's the tower. Look at that. Send the signal. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles with silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels further away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Yes, the beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid. And Rohan will answer. After these commercial messages. And we're back. Let me just settle back into my chair and everything. Okay. Just gotta get the model working again. Nothing to worry about, just takes a little time getting everything in the right position. Okay, we got that. We just reset that there. That's good. And we're back. Entirely now. Let's go see what we got over here. I guess we actually will have to go speak to Calzal. Let's see how he's doing. Also, does it mirror the way how the waves look? Like, because it's in, like, this sort of translucent, almost kind of glow when it's receding. Doesn't that kind of look like the same effect used for, the Astro Bubble? I'm forgetting the name. Collective Unconscious, that's what it is. Also, Hex, we need to finish leveling your Astro. And what do you expect me to do? Okay, let's see. What is Calzal expecting? The Dalmaskins aren't coming. But we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know. But yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's this tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Ugh. But this will be an enormous loss. Alright. Alright. Forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hunnish favorites. Our consortium works closely with the merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Calzal. I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. Mercenary, sorry. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Matsuya. I'm here to see Calzal. Gotta speak up louder, buddy. Assert yourself. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later, then. Didn't even fucking talk to anybody, but okay. It's not so simple, Calzal. And besides, everyone is in the same boat. Everyone. If foreign vessels won't come to us, why not use our own to deliver the wares to them? Yeah, you could create a delivery system. I take it by your appearance that you don't hail from these shores. How fascinating. What do you require of me? Tell me about yourself. Me? My husband and I make our living by selling what goods we can. We met on a ship crossing to Limsa when we were but fledgling merchants, and we've been inseparable ever since. We mainly deal in spices and fruits that can't be found elsewhere. This island tells a story through its cuisine, and we aim to share it with the world. Why don't you try some yourself? Come on, the journey will be worth it. What is this place? This is Yilmad, gateway to Thavnu, the Thavnarian Sea, in the old tongue of the peoples of this continent. The name means Newport. You know how many places there are in the world named Newport? Quite a few, actually. Anyways, the waters here are shallow, so only small boats can make it to the docks. However, that means the port is well protected from harsh winds and violent waves. Larger ships, more laden with goods, tend to moor at Alnair. Ever since that tower appeared on Narunair, we've seen fewer and fewer merchants make their way here. Trade has come to a halt, and our wares sit rotting under the sun. Cheerful fucking place, isn't it? Anywho, let's go find the Elephant Man. I think he's over here. Okay, how you doing? Yes, can I help you? You can speak the fuck up. Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, did you? I'm Matsya, a fisherman of Akiali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kalzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't brought anything for a while. Bought anything. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come to see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. Well, at least he's trying to be considerate. If I may ask, what is it you do? That's a question my family's been asking me for years, good sir. I will not give you an answer, just like I won't give either of them an answer. Anywho. An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? Well, you need to witness several of your friends die in front of you if you want to be like me. So, I'll just teach you how to talk to people instead. You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me. A portion I couldn't preserve. And I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kalzal. And I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So, please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead, and show me how it's done? I'll more likely show you how not to do it, but sure. If you're willing, please, let me know and we can begin at once. It's like, I'm terrible with people. Teach me how to sell fish. I will teach you how not to sell fish. Walk up to a person holding, like, the largest one. Sir, you seem to be fat. Here, this large portion of fish will help you sustain yourself. You'll do it, then. Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, let's say, 3 people here in Yelmelad. I will observe you and learn. Okay, cool. You're following me now. I'm going to talk to you first. To travel to unfamiliar places and speak with unfamiliar peoples, your conversational skills must be astounding. Buddy, I've not said a word this entire fucking game. I've not spoken to a single person. I just look at them and they figure it out. Anyways, Let's talk to Miruna. Ah, yes, this music. Hello! Yes. Fish! Fish! I got fish here. Fresh fish. Straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. That probably is not the way how you should open a conversation, so... Greetings, friend! How fare you of late? I don't know you. Why am I calling you friend? Greetings to you, too. I suppose I'm well enough given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat. But it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back. Continue with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. No place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Oh, trust me, I don't. I'll make sure to... I make sure to keep well clear of the tower. And when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the days when you could earn as much as you gave. And tuck into a meal, satisfied when you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Probably not the right answer. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger! When you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Elephant Man, hand him a fish! Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod. Delectable, stewed in coconut milk, or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeeded in making a sale. Congratulations, me. Let's talk to him again. Not many visit here from other shores anymore. Even Elnair has seen few merchant ships in its docks, and has felt the loss of coin they bring most keenly. Ah, unfortunate. Okay, Matsuya, what did you learn from that? That you should make a sale on the first attempt. I've learned a lot already, and I hope to learn more still. I don't know what you learned from that, but good for you. Me, on the other hand, I just talked, but mostly listened. Anyways, let's just run on forward, see how things go. Find the next person. Ah, yes, up there. Nashreen, is it? Okay, how you doing? You look like you want food. Because you're just looking like you're eating while doing stuff. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some Amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many Amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot of late. Sorry, it might seem like a lot, but of late, I go through that much in no time at all. You might be pregnant. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. Not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. The conversation ends without a sale. You fucked up. Remember, this is why you always do a yes and. Never mind. If nothing else, you left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? Are you sure you don't want fish? In my work keeping stock of inventory, I see exactly how bad business has gotten. It makes me depressed. Well, you know that hole that depression leaves you with? Why not fill it with fish? Fresh, tasty fish. Which, the wording of that somehow reminds me of that meme where it's the guy holding a fish. And it's just, you know, I'll proceed to pleasure myself with this fish. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Ah, yes, Uriange. How you doing? That reminds me. Fucking, what's his name? Should be around here, too. Okay, what's up? Not a bad result so far. But let's see if we can finish on a high note. Ow! Why the bonk? Why the bonks? Why, Char? Why? Thank you for the ducks. I prefer those. Okay, ow! But why? Ow. I'm being bullied! Seeing as there's dry fish. Sorry, dried fish. I wonder if there might be dried squid as well. Dried squid sounds good. See if we can't find... there's Thancred. Ah, yes, we'll also unlock this. Yep, cool. Don't care what your dialogue is. Fair enough. See, I didn't even know that it was from that anime. I just know it because of the picture. Folk here are rather business-minded, for want of a better term. But at least they are welcoming of foreigners in ordinary times. Sorry, in ordinary times, this harbor must overflow with visitors from all around the world. Yes. And alright, have fun in the void then. We will now talk with your favorite character, Char. Uriange's somewhere around here. Are you sure you don't want to see Uriange? Okay, let's see. 'Tis a storehouse like any other at first glance. Yet, in contrast to its scale, there's a distinct lack of activity. Astute observation, my friend. Ah, yes. Bazama. How you doing? What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh, gods, my stomach. Ugh. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the freshest of all. No, that's not how you make a sale. You should take it easier. Eat more slowly. Savor your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working hard. So I'm working as hard as I can, while I still can. Better to be prepared. And let's see. And how do you intend to prepare? By stockpiling supplies. That I need to earn coin so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. How about some fish for your supplies? They're all caught. Or, do we have anything suitable, Matsuya? Do we? Oh, we do have some dried products, too. Thavnarian cucumber and puff-paya fish. They're the last of the batch, so if you're interested, you can have them for a discount. Truly, by all means, I'll take them all. There we go. We've made 2 out of 3 sales. You remembered what I told you earlier. That I preserve what I catch, which serves to show the importance of being attentive. Yes. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening. It was a truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. Sure, we can do that. But since you're following me still, let's talk to him and then talk to you. Unlike most, I'm fortunate to still have work. But there's no guarantee it'll last. I need to work as much as I can while I still can. Come, let us return to the pier. I wish to thank you properly for your kind help. Are you going to sell me a fish? Was this the long con? Were you trying to see if you could get me to sell fish to make me then appreciate the fish more? Because honestly, that'd be a pretty solid tactic. That'd be a genuinely smart way of doing things. But it couldn't possibly be that, right? Anyways, let's see what we got over here. What we got is probably no voice acting. I called it. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. Yeah, it was literally the least I could do. You managed to sell to 2 of 3 people you approached. Adventurers do indeed have great conversational skills. Watching you at work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. Well, you should probably shoot for doing better. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Calzal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice. And who should it be but Matsuya? Calzal, have you finished your business at the guild? So, you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore. I'm sorry, Matsuya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you. I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me. And I won't fail them. The Sisters is my witness. Calzal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again, and please, take care on the road. How's it going, Adonis? I'm doing alright. It was a bit of a wild, kind of wacky couple of days. But it seems like things are starting to make more sense now. Things are calming down a bit. Yeah, we're gonna reconvene with Thancred and Urianger. And probably Estinian, too. Yep, see? There's Estinian. Hey, buddy. There you are. Gotten over the aether sickness, have you? Mayhap owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced than in Eorzea. Okay, gotta just move my lumbar pillow real quick. Seems to be causing more pain than it is doing good. Oh. Mayhap owing to the sorry, I've already read that. See, did you hear about the dog? Because there was also a thing that happened about me getting attacked by a dog. That one I didn't quite make as many posts about, but I did post about it on Twitter at some point. Yes, during my walk on Sunday, I actually got attacked by 2 German Shepherds. Like, woman opens her gate. I see a dog come out on a leash. Okay, fine. But then there's a second one. Second dog comes bolting out the gate. No leash. Sees me. Starts barking. Starts running at me. Jumps. Full force. Straight into me. Luckily for me, dog's friendly. Dog just wants pats. You know, it's a good pup. So I'm just like, okay, you have no leash. Your owner clearly wasn't able to get you in time. I'm just going to hold you here so you don't run into traffic. And I start petting the pup. Because, you know, that's what you do to keep a dog calm. And then the woman shows up. Her other dog pounces on me, too. And she, instead of saying sorry, instead of saying thank you, brusquely takes the dog by the collar and just walks off. No apology, no thanks, just the dirtiest fucking look possible, and just fucks off. Now, if you're a decent human being, the first thing you do is apologize to someone who just got fucking jumped on by a dog that they don't know that belongs to you. Yeah, no, that's not what happened. Yeah, how dare I touch her dog and keep it from playing in traffic? How dare I keep the pup safe? Like, you know? Next time I see the dog, fucking, I'm letting the little fucker run. Nice dog, but fuck it, not my problem. Why be nice? Why take care of someone else's fucking pets? You know, you want to be a bitch about things? Fuck it. I'll let your dog get hit by a car. Fuck you, lady. But yeah. No fucking manners whatsoever. Your fucking dog charges a person. Jumps on them. Could have fucking bit me. Not to mention, your dog's supposed to be on a leash by law here. So, if I really wanted to, I could have called that in. Could have called it in as an attack. And you know, what would have happened to that dog? You know what happens to dogs that attack people? They get euthanized. Now, I ain't gonna do that to that dog because the dog's nice. But next time, she might not be so lucky. That dog might attack someone, might bite them. Might do something horrible to a kid. You know, fucking grab a kid by the neck, rip it apart, cause it to bleed out in the street. Shit's happened before. And that would be the end of her fucking dog. Because she can't be fucking bothered to put the leash on before she opens her fucking gate. So it's like, you know, I don't feel any need to be kind to this person. If I walk that street again, you know, because I probably will, because it's on my regular walk route, and that dog runs at me, you know what, I'm just gonna let the dog go do what it wants. So, fucking, that's gonna be that lady's fault. That's gonna be her problem. Her dog runs into traffic, gets hit by a car, that's her fucking problem. I will no longer be concerned with it. Like, there I was, thinking I was doing something nice, you know? I don't need the thanks, but you could at least apologize for the dog, right? But no. This lady, she looks at me and it's just like, fucking... I wasn't even moving. I wasn't even walking with the dog towards her. I just stayed in place. Like what, you think I'm gonna try and steal your fucking dog? I'm waiting for you to pick up the goddamn thing. Yeah, like, ugh, fucking people, man. That's what I get for being a nice person, is just being treated like a fucking monster. How dare I do something for other people? Anyways, let's talk to Thancred. No, I don't want to talk to the wind-up missile. I want to talk to Thancred. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods. But to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. Okay, what's up, Thancred? Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. Okay, yeah, you're not saying anything new, Arianje. That Matsuya fellow you were helping, he's Akusadara, is he not? Apparently, it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that the Akusadara would be their primary targets. For it is the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Akali lies to the west, as I recall. The same direction as Krau's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Okay, let's see what you got to say there, Hex. I got tripped up by a dog while heading to work. A bunch of kids were waiting for the bus to school. One had a leash, hyper-friendly little pitty dancing around. I paused to pet the pooch, and suddenly Doggo sees something state. Okay, yeah. Stage right and fucking bolts. Unbeknownst to me, his leash had wrapped around my legs. I went down, skint the shit out of both knees. The kid's mom, who the dog had seen and bolted for, because mom. Yeah, obviously. And the kids all start freaking out, asking if I'm okay. See, the kids knew what's right. I don't know what was up with this dumb bitch who fucking couldn't control her dogs. If kids understand that you're supposed to, you know, make sure that someone's okay and apologize when their dog does shit, I don't know why an adult who's clearly older than 30 can't. Like, I was very tempted to just be like, you know, you're kind of a cunt, lady. As soon as she was walking away, because, who the fuck just acts like that towards someone who helped them out? Okay, let's see. Mom was in shock, trying to make me sit down because, oh my god, you're bleeding. Me, not a chance, I have to get to work. Yeah. See, like, at least they were trying to make things right and giving a shit. You know, as they're supposed to. You do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground ahead may prove a better vantage point. Then let us go see the higher ground. We might find Obi-Wan Kenobi up there. We also have found giant fucking elephants. Let's see, what are they called? Ah, gotcha. Got it. Anyways, let's see if this vantage point will help us. Ah, yes. I can observe everything through this rock. You do not see Matsuya from here either. Maybe if I was staring in the right direction. No, leave me alone! Help! Somebody help! Matsu's voice, and it came from the north. Then onwards we shall go. Also, speaking of dogs, give a good old head pat to Torgal. Look how happy he is. Anyhow. But yeah, that was the thing that happened on Sunday. Then I had the person who apparently fell for a scam and reported my account on Twitter. Because, obviously, the natural thing to do is, instead of confirm whether or not it's the account that had fucked with your shit, just blindly report a person and then tell them, oh, hey, I reported you. Sorry. Because that makes sense. That's what normal people do. And then, of course, you know, today's thing where I accidentally intimidated a dude and got my GPU fixed for free. Simply by existing. And yes, the coup de grace. Having GG Maidenslayer appear in my DMs again. And I call him out on it. I make a fucking post, right? He is still too fucking bitch-made to even try and post about what I said. Fucking only reason that guy could ever be called Maidenslayer, right? Is because he seems to be the kind of person that would likely have a bunch of girls tied up in his basement like BTK. Fucking dude seems like a future serial killer. Just gonna call that out right now. Anyways, let's check on Matsuya. Someone I give a shit about, unlike GG fucking Chuckle Nuts over there. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I can't hear the phrase, why are you here, without thinking of my friend Henry from college. This guy. He got higher than Cheech and Chong if they collectively fused after, you know, smoking as much as they could. That man was always higher than a goddamn kite. I drove him to a party in college once, because we were in the same fraternity, so we went to our own fucking kickback, right? Fucking, bring the dude in. I make sure he walks, you know, into the house safely. Because again, guy is higher than all fucking balls. Walks into the house. Turns to me. Sees me. Makes eye contact. I think he's gonna say, like, thanks for the ride or something, right? He looks me dead in the eye. He gets serious. He goes, Wiley, what are you doing here? Just like, I drove you, Henry. I drove you over here. And then, Buddy disappears for like the next 8 hours. He clearly got abducted by aliens. He somehow ends up in a room that locks from the outside. Nobody had the keys to that room. We had to pick the lock to get the dude out of there. There was no windows. There was no other way in that room. He just somehow got in and was stuck. No one knows how to this day. Anyways. I see you found him in time. And yeah, he's too bitch-made to fucking unblock you. And he's way too fucking bitch-made to fucking even respond to anything I say. He'll try to fucking talk a game in DMs. So, you know, I'll drag that shit into public. I'll fucking let everyone know how much of a dumbass that motherfucker is. And yeah, he's on the bullshit again. And you know what, Adonis? We're gonna try and farm that shit for as much entertainment as we can get out of it. Like, he has a post saying that he'll shut down his account if people keep flirting with him. Now, I've never flirted with a dude before, but I'm very tempted to try just to make this fucker delete. Just make him leave his Twitter account. Delete that shit. Leave the internet forever. Because, if people flirting with him is what makes him quit Twitter, you know what? I'll fucking flirt. I'll do it. I'll figure it out. And yeah, he makes his so-called fucking roasts, as he refers to them, because he thinks that he's good at insulting people. Now, I said it to you yesterday, and I'll say it for chat to hear. This guy couldn't roast my nuts if I fucking handed him a torch and straddled the fucking thing. This dude could not roast a goddamn fish over a fire. This man could not fucking roast a chicken with a goddamn instruction pamphlet. So I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. He fucking approaches me again after we fucking, like, you know that meme from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure from Golden Wind, where it's the 3 people from the group just stomping the shit out of one guy, and then the 4th guy joins in? It feels like he DM'd me just to get fucking bodied again. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I am fine with this shit happening. Because you know what? The VTuber community, even though he thinks he's bothering it, I think we all love the fact that he exists. So we can get one guilt-free bodying of someone every fucking 3 months. Like, I am fine being an asshole to this dumb motherfucker. And that's what I intend on doing. Because you know what? You're gonna come out the gate swinging, trying to fucking bother me for no fucking reason? Yeah, you know what? I will fucking show you what a real swing looks like. I'll show you what a real roast is. Because, let's be real. Maiden Slayer cannot live up to his name unless he means it in the BTK sense. That's the only way he could ever live up to his name. So, no, he couldn't be the village idiot or the jester, Adonis. A village idiot is capable of learning, and a jester actually needed skill. And this guy's incapable of both. He has no skill, and he can't learn shit. So, I think you've actually just insulted both the village idiot and the jester of any community. I think you're gonna have to apologize to all village idiots out there. They do not deserve to be put in the same category as that dumb motherfucker. That is doing them an injustice. You and your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We heard the Akasadara were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it. Me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see. That's your decision to make. But you should take care not to travel alone. And yeah, all good, Adonis. I just, I don't want to malign village idiots by putting them in the same group as fucking Maiden Slayer. Because, the village idiots deserve better. Let's see. He's the creature they put in the stocks to watch him scream at random... Yeah, pretty much. Also, fun fact. The stocks, like stockades, right? Those were actually, not the punishment. Being put in those was not the humiliation. Because when you stand and are put into stockades, right? There's a very specific position that you're taking that puts your ass right out there for everyone. That was the actual punishment, because in a lot of towns and villages in ye olden days, the night watchman only cared about what was going on at the gate. So they didn't care if the person who was locked up had somebody knocking at their back door. So, yeah. That was what the actual punishment was. Being put in the stockade was the worst thing because, instead of being a prison bitch, you just became everybody's bitch. Yeah, people don't usually explain that in history, but that's what that actually was all about. So that's why people tried to avoid those things like the fucking plague. And yeah, this one was on a whole new level because of just how batshit crazy the attempted roast was. And that's why I'm going so hard to just try and get the message through of just like, don't fucking talk to me if you're an idiot. If you're this much of an idiot and think that this counts as a roast, don't try to fucking talk to me. You're gonna lose. So I've just been having a good time with it. It's funny to me. Honestly, I think GG fucking Chucklenuts and fucking Freddy, the stalker from Argentina, should probably, you know, join forces and make a supersized laughing stock. Because, you know, they're both laughable on their own. But if they, you know, they got some fucking Patara earrings, fucking put one on one ear, one on the other ear, fucking fuse together to make a loser version of fucking Gogeta, I think we'd have a good time. I think we'd laugh so goddamn much. And fair enough, Adonis. Anyways, let's see. A question, if I may. Yeah, what's up, Uriange? What's the question you got? 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Oh, we can tell you quite a bit. We actually have quite a bit of information for you here, friend. Not much. I'm afraid I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. See, that is quite a lot. He doesn't think it's much, but we know it's a lot. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities, in the old tongue it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that only bring death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity. And full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time, we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us. Really? To think that I had you peddling fish. Yeah, I bet that makes you feel pretty silly, huh? But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you all about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. Well, at least he can admit his shortcomings. So please, come to our village. We're good God-fearing folk. Sorry, gods-fearing folk. All of us. And we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. They just want to unload fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akiali? Yeah, we could go to Akiali. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. I know these are supposed to be Indian accents that they have, but I'm not doing it because I think, you know, I think it's probably better that people don't know that my hidden talent is the most accurate fucking Indian accent that you've ever heard. So, 'tis the simulacra of Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray we will be able to save them. Though, indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Like as not. Aye. As you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. To Akyali. Alright. And we shall get on the fatter cat. I don't think I have fat cat on this character, but I do have fatter cat. We also have an elephant that seems to be blocking our way. I've heard of an elephant in the room, but never an elephant in the road. This is a new one for me. It's also rather unhappy with me. Well, that's fine. We can outrun it. We'll be fine. Also, hold on a second. My hair is caught in my glasses. There we go. Ugh, I hate when my hair gets stuck in the fucking joint of my glasses. That shit hurts. Ah, Urianger, how you doing? Yeah, it's just... It takes a little fiddling and, some maneuvering, but I got it out. We're okay. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this land, to hear them spoken by heirs to this storied heritage giveth them new life. Let's see. Sure, I could catch a few fish if I take out the boat, but I've nowhere to sell them. And even though I do what I can to preserve them, all they end up doing is filling my storehouse instead of filling my pockets. I mean, you could eat the fish. There's Thancred. We'll talk to him before we talk to anyone else. And there's Estenian. A charming little village. Sorry, a charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. Welcome to our village, traveler. Is there anything I can help you with? Who the fuck are you? I'm a fisher, and a good one at that. I'll reel you in the biggest catch from the open sea, or something smaller by the shore if you prefer. Your choice. Now, if I were as skilled with a rudder as I am with a net, some days I find myself so far from shore that I miss the morning rush at the bazaar. And what is this place? This is the fishing village of Akyali. You can think of it as the fisher's Yedelmad, which is perhaps not such a helpful analogy to foreigners. Of course, we've had few merchants coming to either port since that horrible tower appeared, not to mention the kidnappings. Ugh. I love how they put note like shutter. But there really is no universal way to shutter now, is there? Mark you that platform out on the water. Some matter of shrine, perhaps. I actually know exactly what it's for. It's for a world boss named Davapati. Or as I like to call it, Dave. I actually had a cult built around Dave in this game at one point. It was hilarious. I got a bunch of blue mages. We all went over there. We were trying to get the spawn to happen. And since the spawn was supposed to happen, but it was taking so long, what we did to try and summon forth Dave was we all used self-destruct. That's right. It was a suicide cult. It was a blue mage suicide cult, and we piled up about 20 of us. Of course, we had white mages on the standby to res us once Dave showed up. And it worked. Did you need to sacrifice the blue mages to make it happen? No. Was it hilarious to do? You're goddamn right it was. I even have a little fellowship still, full of blue mages that were part of the whole ordeal. It was a good time. Anyways, welcome to Akiali, my friend. The name means white beach. And there isn't much here save that. But please, make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods. But you could do worse than to start with Konga and old Hazvedia. They're free at the moment as it happens. And with that, we need to take our hourly break. So I will be right back. See y'all in 3 minutes. And we're back. Let me just put that on. And we are good to continue. Let's go talk to the one with the easier to pronounce name first. We are going to say hi to Kanga. You wish to know about our gods. Thank you very much, Adonis. What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is once you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. We have 12. They can be divided into two groups. The Mansuya, beings of wisdom, who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might, who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities. Their forms and personalities, many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Alright. And you! How's Vadia? How you doing? Interested in learning about our gods, you say? Ha! That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, Mansuya and Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Mansuya, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Mansuya coveted the might of the Murga, and so too they resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom. And they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, Mansuya have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. Sounds a little grim, to be honest. They kill each other, take their heads, and then wear them? Okay. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Okay. Do you have to actually fetch them, or are they just gonna show up here? Okay, cool. Apologies for the wait. I wished to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are Mansuya. You've heard about them, yes? 3 sisters. At the center is the eldest, Cinderuva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandaruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left, Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over crafts, and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which keep people in their homes for... which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Mansuya, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, may I ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses Gaj's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Akasadara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too. It is said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radz-at-Han, forged a covenant with dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally? You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidana. According to Kryle's notes, we'll find her at a place called the Great Work, further to the north along the coast. Alright, good to know. Let's talk to Matsuya before we leave. Oh, we have to anyways. Neat. Matsuya has a shine in his eyes that wasn't there before. Did you say you're going to see Nidana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding, and did I say she's beautiful? Buddy has a crush. I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes, when you meet her. Take care you don't drown in them. The Great Work is situated in a cove to the north. Follow the road north to reach it. Aw, Buddy has a little crush. I'm sure that they aren't gonna play into that any further. They definitely wouldn't, right? And it really is, Hex. It really is just one of the more endearing things they've done in this expansion. Like, people really kind of sleep on sort of the side character development that they've had. Like, in just a few quests in this, that honestly makes for a more lively world than what we got in Dawntrail. Like, I genuinely think Dawntrail dropped the ball because of the fact that it didn't respect its own world. It was the Wooklemat show. And because it was the Wooklemat show, nobody else got to speak. Nobody else got to be developed. So you didn't really get characters. Like, you had Wookie Voo, who was, fucking, you know, there. They gave him some quirks and personality traits, and all of them were meant to simply serve Wooklemat. Which is kind of a problem. Anyways, let's see what Estinian has to say. If there was a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? What in the world? Chat, I think we've accidentally run into Heaven's Gate. Look at them. They've all ascended to the aliens. They've gone to the mothership. They're all dead. Anyways, let's talk to this corpse. Oh, hey, voice acting. This one's only slightly dead.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
Yeah, this is an interesting scene. Oh, somebody's recognized the lance.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Yeah, sure, why not?
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Well then. That seemed to work.
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
All right.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit.
Interesting.
Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Too absorbed in what she's doing.
Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
Be careful, it might fuel the
The
tower.
winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so.
Curious that he's suspicious.
They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
And how does he know?
Is congealed blood I see on your weapon.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Oh,
See here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
good luck, Astidian.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
I love that. Just the cease your shoving or so help me.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
Well then.
No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
No harm will come of him 3 pints of blood later.
As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
And I assume Varshan's just gonna follow us? Yep. Yeah, Nidana's a good character. Again, they make the side characters in this expansion feel so alive. Yes, hello, Chocobo Porter. No, I don't need anything from you. I just wanted to get my name on the registry. Thank you. Like, this is what I miss about this game is feeling like the writers gave a fuck. Okay, Apasa, what's up? I cannot see that sinister-looking spire while I'm working, but it's always there, lurking in the back of my mind. Cheerful. Amra? Picked an odd time to be traveling, didn't you? Well, if there's anything you need to know, ask away. Who are you? I'm one of many alchemists who live and work here. I was once a botanist, but found alchemy calling to me every time I came to deliver. Came to deliver ingredients and found yourself an alchemist. Okay. At first struggled with even the most basic alchemical compounds, I have somehow managed to earn my place at the great work. There is always room for improvement, both the science and the self, however. This is the great work. First built by the Daimir family, a line of renowned alchemists. Now, people come from all across the lands to study and practice the science of alchemy in these halls. Each alchemical concoction has a storied history behind it, but we are not simply content to rest on the laurels of the past. We are ever improving and inventing new formula for the benefit of all. Good people. Anywho. Maruvet, how you doing? They say that horrible fiends have been seen flying out of the tower. I am preparing antidotes for the Radiant Host in the event that some of them might be venomous. Not a half-bad idea. Ah, yes! The newest, of travelers to Eorzea. Thigh Lover. Tis said that shellfish is ideal for those who have suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should acquire some from Matsya. And yes, this is Endwalker. Oh, for the days when I enjoyed such fervent adoration. But on this occasion, I'm glad to entrust the burden of popularity to Estinian. Thancred, you were never popular. Pray pay me no mind. I'm here that I may be of service, nothing more. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Wiley is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of aether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack the innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales have proven the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. I would say that the one with the greatest writing is actually Shadowbringers. This one is... how should I put it? It was a safer expansion. It was like Shadowbringers, the sequel. But Shadowbringers had the highest of highs and some pretty low lows. But that was during the patch cycle. Basically, when you play it outside of the patch cycle now, because you aren't time gated, it's just the highest highs. And Endwalker is slightly lower highs and slightly less severe lows when it was released. But it was a little too safe, in my opinion. They didn't really go to push anything, it just... They picked up where it left off in Shadowbringers. So this expansion really stands on the shoulder of Shadowbringers. But after this expansion, we then get into Dawntrail, which completely fucked the writing in every conceivable way. So, they didn't pay attention to the world, they made it focused on one character and wrote the story around the character instead of characters around the story. It's a whole thing. I have a video coming out on it. I've just been a little bit lazy with it because I've just not been enjoying making the video. The editing process for it has not been as enjoyable as my other Final Fantasy videos, so it's been taking me a little bit of time to get it done. You can say I may have lost my passion for that specific project, but I'm trying to still get it done. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we've been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon, we'll be ready to conduct a field test. And here's where you and your Blessing of Light come in. Okay. Let's see. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Yeah, let's make fun of Estinian. Perhaps so, and knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. What the fuck? What else are they taking from Estinian? But as for your task, we will only ask that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you atop after seeing some preparations. Okay. What preparations do you need to see? And what's up, Arshan? Good luck with the test. I shall remain here to assist the other alchemists. Amra, are you still here to just do what you normally do? Yep. Okay. No, I didn't want to know about this place. I already knew. Okay, Apasa, anything new? Nope. Okay. Useless, the both of them. And yeah, exactly. What are they doing to Estinian? I need to know. Let's see if we can maybe find him around here. He's just tied to a table. Somebody's standing over him with a fucking scalpel. Try to remove his spleen. Okay, let's see. Is there anything over here? Right? We need to save Estinian. They're doing things to him. What things we do not know, but we will find him. But he's not in here. Yep, they did say the laboratory. Specifically, laboratory, not laboratory. Let's see. Can we find it? No? Okay. I think that's all the buildings there are to be found here. Where is this laboratory of which they speak? Where'd they take Estinian? I don't know if he'll be compensated for any efforts. That Dragoon is gonna be fucking floor tanking the laboratory. They're gonna just drain all his HP. Okay, let's see. Drunken Deepa. What is a Drunken Deepa? You see a lantern designed in the local style, okay? I hope you didn't have any trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless night. The Drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Yeah, no, Estinian was not happy. He did not go with them willingly. That's why he said, you know, the whole get your hands off me kind of thing. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you'll be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. To reduce the risk of accidental exposure, the Drunken Deepa will emit a blast only after it has been moved a certain distance. Follow it closely and bathe in the aether 4 times. Pain. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. How the fuck does this lantern speak? Okay, hit me with the aether charge. How far do we need to go? Readying aether. Please stand back. Oh, I'm not allowed to... Okay. Yep, no, I'm not standing back. Just hit me with it, damn it. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. I do not know if it's glitched. Imagine if it just fucking was glitched and we can't continue. If they broke the quest while updating the game again. Oh, okay. See, I didn't think we had to actually move away. That's a little weird. Warning, discharging aether. Like, why would we need to move away? Okay, no ill effects, huh? Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resume testing. Please follow. Yeah, see, like, I thought it would actually just, like, go off while we're next to it, because we are, in fact, the test subject. Making us walk away from it kind of seems a little pointless. Okay. Yep, no ill effects. Let's talk to it again. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow me. It's a little weird. I don't know why they did it this way. Like, it should just go off with us next to it. Like, I shouldn't have to do this, then turn around, then look at it, then run in. So, it's a little odd of a choice. Like, I don't know what walking away serves, like what purpose it does. Okay, you are struck by yet another powerful blast of ether, but suffering no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. Okay. Well, let's see how you do. Okay, I walk away again. Fine, I'll walk further. Fuck. You are struck by the strongest blast of ether yet, but survive completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. And my sense of humor. Okay, Nidana. We got the thing. There you go. Ah, you've returned. And not on your knees. A promising sight. But come. Let me take the Deepa off your hands. Okay, let's see. What's the flavor text? Having exhausted all of its ether, the drunken Deepa is now having well-earned rest. They made it a little too anthropomorphized. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort. You're feeling perfectly fine. Yes. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your aether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Neat. Now I need a little water because my voice hurts. And I still have to do VA work tonight. Nidana regards you with those eyes you could drown in. I like how they bring that back up. Clearly, Matsya was writing our fucking quest text here. And thank you for the hydrated honest, much appreciated. But yeah, look at that. Look at that quest text. This clearly was written by Matsya. Which means Matsya has to be more than just an Akasadara. He has broken the fourth wall. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it. Spirit weed. Okay. I need an answer before we do this. Who smoked all of it? The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Akasadara travel alone at our own peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. I am in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Why are you walking in the opposite direction of where you're going? It makes no sense. Why do they always do this? They like walk west when they say about going east, and then they somehow appear. Do the laws of physics not apply to NPCs? Like, that inconsistency genuinely bothers me. See, there she is. She was walking the other direction, and now she's here. Like, why? Why is that a thing? Why can you walk west and end up east, huh? What kind of fucking black magic are you pulling, Nadana? I wish to know of this witchcraft. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Wily! Ah, yes. Idiots. Don't worry, I've got this. And they shall all explode! Just like this. Ah, clearly, yes, it's the eyes you can drown in. But of course. I mean, clearly, who would not be distracted by fucking... There you go. Who would not be distracted by those eyes? They totally don't look beady in the slightest. Anywho. Gods, that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured outside of the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're alright, I hope. You do see that I incinerated them. There's not even a corpse left. Of course I'm alright. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through those pillars and up the rise. Summon dog. Pet dog. And now we go. I do like the music for this mount. Torgal has really good mount music. I know it's like the Final Fantasy XVI music, a game I have yet to play. But then again, I also have yet to play any other Final Fantasy game aside from 15. And honestly, 15 was more of a movie than it was a game. Okay, why is this thing attacking me? I did not get that close to you. Please return from whence you came. And here we are. Kadjaya's footsteps. Kadjaya was a great dancer. And those who follow in her, well, you know. They come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting it at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Fair. Now the question is, even though that was your first one, which one's your favorite one? Do you have a favorite Final Fantasy? And what makes it stand out so much to you? I know there's supposed to be like... Oh, I don't think I unlocked it here, but there is a, like, waypoint here. I'll gather the herb as quickly as I can. Please, stand guard for me. Also, here's a question. Herb or herb? How do you pronounce it? Because, like, I grew up saying herb, but for some reason, my brother, probably just to be a contrarian, says herb. No one else in the family says herb. It's just him.
Yes, that would be Radz-at-Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
Well, interesting to know that she can see through the back of her skull.
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
I mean, he must be pretty safe at least. I wish to know.
He is the most important person in Radz-at-Han.
We get that, but that doesn't tell
Long
us
ago,
much.
This island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasotra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasotra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether.
And that's how they ended up in the Azim
Peace
Steppe.
and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution.
Alright, so sounds like a
Stability
parliamentary
provided by
system.
the satrap is what has allowed Radz-at-Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
Well, she's definitely driven.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name?
I do not know. Why don't you tell me, Fandaniel?
Oh, something? Owen? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Interesting.
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal?
So are you gonna let it happen or not?
Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
I do have to say, I enjoy how, like, he's a Saturday morning cartoon villain, essentially. Like, having this cartoonish kind of villain presiding over what is essentially an apocalyptic story is genuinely an interesting juxtaposition. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while, or at least until the next time Snoop Dogg visits us. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? Yeah, sorry. Anytime I talk about weed of any kind, it has to end up in a Snoop Dogg reference. It just has to. It's the fucking law. I still think that was an interesting arc, though. When for a while the world did not have a Snoop Dogg, instead we had Snoop Lion. Anybody else remember the Snoop Lion arc? Because I remember that. Like, I think it was what? He was doing like a reggae album? And that's why he became Snoop Lion? Because, like, what is it, like... I know it's a thing related to Judaism. I'm forgetting which king it was. I want to say, like, the Lion of Solomon? Or something? It's actually one of the parts of Judaism that I don't quite remember so well, honestly. I want to say it's Solomon, but it could be related to, I don't think it's the Lion of David. I don't think everything's just given to King David. You know what? This is bothering me. Hold up. Grabbing my phone. I'm checking. Lion of Judah. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, because Rastafarianism is loosely based off of, like, Jewish belief. So, that's a thing. Which, I'm not sure what the history of Rastafarianism actually is, why it ended up being linked to Judaism. I want to say maybe it was, like, Ethiopian slaves, because a good portion of Ethiopia was actually a place that the tribe of Dan had fled to. Of, like, the original 13 tribes of Israel, if you follow a river from Israel all the way down into its delta. I think delta is the name for the endpoint. The endpoint of the Tel Dan River actually ends up where there was an African tribe that anthropologists believed had their own, like, unique religion and everything, until one day somebody noticed what they were doing matched up exactly with the instructions for sacrimonial, like, old temple beliefs of, like, sacrifice. So, like, they were doing old sacrificial Judaism with animal sacrifice and everything from the age of the temple in Ethiopia. And that's how it was found out that the tribe of Dan had actually made it down into Africa. So there is actually an entire section of Jews that are Ethiopian Jews. Not like converts or anything. They're descended from the original tribe, just as, like, a bunch of the other tribes had ended up going off into, like, Spain and into Eastern Europe. So, like, the Ashkenazim, then there's the Sephardics, which are the ones that are in Spain and the Latin countries. I don't know if we actually have a specific term for the Ethiopian Jews. Then we ended up with some Jews in India, which is a contentious topic. Even amongst Indian Jews, a lot of them say that they actually didn't start off Jewish, and that a lot of them just claimed to be Jews to take advantage of the Aliyah, and end up with using the right to return law to get into a better country than India. That is the words of an Indian Jew that I had actually dated at one point in my life. That was her family's story of how Indian Jews ended up being a thing. But I digress. We also have another group of Jews that a lot of people don't really know about. They know the Sephardim, they know the Ashkenazim. They don't really know too much about the Mizrahim, which are the Middle Eastern Jews. So, like, the Jews who went to, like, you know, Iran, they're generally known as Persian Jews. They are part of the Mizrahim group. And then there are the ones that stayed specifically in the, like, area of Jerusalem known as the Yerushalmi. But yeah, whole bunch of different tribes there. Sorry, going on a tangent because of the Lion of Judah connection from fucking Snoop Lion of all things. Anywho, let's talk to Nidana. But yeah, if you ever want to hear me just ramble about Jewish history, by all means, just ask. Like, I went to a high school that taught me all of this stuff, so I know, like, the entire history of my people from conception to modern day, practically by memory. I actually had the education that instead of going to a secular college, I could have gone to a yeshiva and become a rabbi. But because I personally just, I don't really feel a belief in there actually being a God, that I just never ended up going to take that route. I just felt like it would be disingenuous. As much as I love rabbinical teaching and like the theology and everything, all of the Jewish history involved in it, learning about like the Kabbalah, learning about the Talmud, the Shulchan Aruch, all of that, it just didn't feel right to be like, yeah, I want to go learn about this stuff more, so I'll go into a program that would make me a rabbi when I don't believe in God. So I never really took that route. It wasn't much of an option for me. I had the availability, but I never would have gone because it just felt wrong. And I don't know what nanomachines you're talking about, Classics, but yes. We are all here because of nanomachines. We are, in fact, an entirely constructed race by aliens. Humans were, in fact, made by intelligent design, but not the way that religion tells you. We were supplanted here by aliens. We were made from an artificial splicing of the native, primates. It was the Australopithecus. They took that, and then they made it into the first sapien. Just watch, somebody's actually gonna think that I believe that one of these days. Wiley, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're a little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please, accept it as a token of my gratitude. Okay, what are you giving me? Money! Yes, I'll take it. Yes, the Australians are trying to kill us all. That's why all of the fucking world's deadliest shit lives in Australia. Like, there is a spider in Australia. I believe it's called the Sydney Big Boy. It is the deadliest spider in the world. They gave it a meme name because Australians just don't give a shit. There is a fucking snake there that is so deadly, one bite of it has enough venom to kill fucking 5 adults 3 times over. So for the math there, for anyone keeping track, that's 15 people's worth of death in one bite. Then, of course, there's the irukandji, the fucking pinky nail-sized jellyfish that will kill you with one sting. It causes a thing called irukandji syndrome. It makes you feel like there is a sudden and an impending doom that is about to happen to you, and then you just fucking die. Because, you know what? Why go with regular toxin when you can go with neurotoxin out of a stinger that essentially works like an inside-out sock that slowly releases poison into your system over time? And then, of course, there's the frogs there, the bugs, and what other kinds of things that can be deadly as hell? Just Australia. How the fuck? I know people that live there, but how the fuck do people live there? It kind of makes me think about the conversation we were having, Hex, about, the world of Pokemon. It is an inhospitable place. Humans should not be able to survive Australia. Also, it is 10 o'clock. I do have some voice recordings I need to do. So we are going to have to find someone to raid. But yes, Australia is exactly what happens if you decide, you know what, I like Dark Souls. I'm going to base an entire fucking nation off of Dark Souls. And there you go. You get Australia. I mean, to be fair, it was intended as a prison colony, so it makes sense. But what the fuck? Anyways, here's my socials for anyone that doesn't have them. And here's my raid message. If you have access to the raid emotes, please do use the raid emotes if you want to. And we are gonna go say hi to Neapolitan, because we haven't dropped in and seen her for a while. So let's go say hi. I will be starting the raid as soon as I learn to spell. Okay. I think we got it. And yes, we do. Okay, I will see you all on Friday with Yakuza Kiwami. And with that, I will be live on Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific... sorry, not Standard Time. We're on Pacific Daylight Time currently. I will see you all then, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your night. Catch y'all later.
Supposition given my current form. You stand before the archive. Miley! Hello, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Neapolitan. I am your ice cream cat girl made VTuber. There was my alarm yelling at me.